Well, this is episode 20 of 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. I had to take a break after that elevator ordeal. We're not even in the elevator yet. We only just got in the elevator. And I had to take a break because what a scene that was. That I genuinely have no words. Great double entendre. I was so used to Danganronpa just having the one-liners, have funny fan stuff. No, it was 20 minutes. That was an entire episode's worth of that one joke. But nevertheless, we continue in the staircase. I can't put this game down. I have to keep going.
I'm coming with you.
Okay, she's coming with us.
Huh?
Thank God. The last possible moment, June dashed forward, turning sideways just in time to slip through the gap between the closing doors. That was close.
Hey, wait.
Jimmy jammed his finger against the open button, but it was too late. She was crushed immediately by the doors. Is she in?
Crap. It closed.
Is she in? Door had shut. Okay, and he and Jim were in the elevator and headed down to E-Deck. I'm glad she's with us, because it'd be boring just by ourselves, especially after that entire ordeal. He was so surprised by June that he didn't even have time to think about what awaited him on E-Deck. The music's gone. I'm expecting a massive
I can't
reveal.
just let you go alone, you know.
Jeez.
What will await us on E-Deck? The elevator stopped and the door slid open. Interesting. Underground bunker. What is that? What does that say under E-Deck on the right? Something button? Eel button? Something bottom? They tentatively stepped out and looked around.
Looks normal.
No fish going about their fishy business, or jellyfish floating lazily through the water. There was, however, a blowfish. Or at least, something that looked very much like one. It's gonna be June holding her breath. June's cheeks were puffed out, and her mouth a tiny, intense frown.
Oh, knock it off. It's just like I thought. This part hasn't flooded. Come on, just look around. There's no water here.
Suddenly, everything burst from the seams. June looked around nervously then. Exhaled.
You're right. It's not flooded at all.
See?
There's a whole lot of water.
Yeah, right on top of us.
What's gonna happen if the ceiling breaks?
Well, yeah. Jumpy thought about that for a moment.
Well, we'd probably get really wet up there.
Ooh.
Huh?
At any rate, we should probably go back as soon as we can, once we're done looking around down here. Lotus and Santa might already be back.
Okay, good idea.
Yeah, because we spent 10 minutes talking about getting wet.
Now then.
Jumpy glanced around the room they'd found themselves in. The first thing he noticed was a set of thick iron bars. They ran the length of the room, separating the left elevator from the right one.
Iron bars. Well, we can't go over there.
Right.
Then maybe.
The corner of the room that housed the elevator should be found an opening.
Well,
He walked up to it and stuck his head around the corner.
it looks like there's a long straight hallway down this way.
Something's written on the door at the end.
Six!
Is that...
It's a number! We found it! All we gotta do is open this door upside down, and we found it.
Let's check.
Junpei and June set off down the hallway at a brisk clip, somewhere between a run and a jog. Before long, they found themselves in front of the door. On it was a number in bright red paint. 6.
I knew it!
This is a numbered door.
Oh, genius. Indeed, there was a red bolted to the wall right next to the door.
But we can't do anything with only the two of us.
Wait, so can we go together? So us two, hold on. So us and June is 11, which is 2. This is 6, so we need 5. No. So, it's gonna be groups of 3. Which means we can't go through this one together. So we'd need Clover and Ace, right? Ace, Clover, June, Junpei. No. What? No. So, Ace. Who's 3? Wait, Santa. So those then. That's an interesting combination.
We better head back and let everyone know.
Yes.
Junpei and June turned and headed back to C deck.
Wait, what's this?
On their way back, Junpei noticed a map on the wall.
Is this the map for E-Deck? I
Ooh.
should take it with me. Huh, so you guys found door 1.
Ooh, door 1. Interesting. Now can I... Can I not check with all the maps, just in general? Okay. They met back up with Santa and Lotus, who had explained what they'd found. Apparently, there was another numbered door in A deck, just like the one on E deck, beyond the door that the Earth key opened. According to Santa and Lotus, there was a 1 on the door.
So now we've located 2 new doors. The 6 door and the 1 door.
You know, it is interesting that E-Deck wasn't flooded.
Not really. Just means that it's, I don't know, sealed off from D deck. Lotus was quiet for a moment, lost in
Well,
thought.
we don't really know if all of E-Deck is safe. We
That
only
is
checked
true.
the area around the elevator.
Even so, it's still very interesting.
He said the 6th door was there, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That means Zero planned all this out, even the sinking.
Well, I mean,
That would have
yeah,
been some pretty serious remodeling of the ship's interior.
possibly.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
Yeah. I wonder how long it took. I can't even imagine how much it must have cost.
Probably enough money if you can buy the gigantic, whatever the name is. Are we on the? Oh, okay. Alright, we're getting there.
It would have been a ton, that's for sure.
Well, that does go along with what Ace was saying. The most reasonable explanation would be that this was done by some organization with access to a whole lot of cash.
That's one way, yeah.
Yes, it does make sense.
Future Foundation. I thought it made them all go quiet for a moment. I love when it does that. June bit her lip while Lotus sighed softly to herself, and Santa cracked a stiff... What? Cracked a stiff neck and stared off into the distance at nothing.
Yeah?
I don't think it's a very good idea to stay here.
Where are we going? So, I guaranteed the other guys come back, right? Because otherwise there's no way we'd get the final choice without them. June looked over Junpei with large bleeding eyes.
Yeah, you're right. Ace and his team might be back already.
Yeah.
Well, Junpei and I should be able to open door 1.
Can we? I mean, 100%. There's no way she'd lie, but Lotus, Junpei. What? Is Lotus not 8? I'm so smart. Yes, the 4th month, June. That's 3 though.
Huh? You guys leaving me behind?
I mean... Wait. Why'd I go 1? Yeah, I'm so smart. I was literally just going in my head like, oh, I'm so good at remembering everyone's characters. But I was not.
Just kidding.
Oh.
Alright, let's go.
Lotus's words were all the impetus they needed. Back to the large hospital room they went. Oh. Really getting their money's worth out of this animation. The moment they stepped inside, a tremendous voice echoed across the room. Snake? Oh.
Hey! Where the hell did you guys go?
It was 7.
7?
Ace. They must have found him, and they're so depressed that they didn't get to share it with the rest of the group. Ace was right behind him, and Clover was right behind Ace. She seemed to be hanging back.
What's wrong?
Looked as though there was something strange about them. 7 had the look of a man who'd seen a ghost. Ace was just as pale, and Clover looked as though she was only moments from passing out entirely. For a long moment they simply stood there looking at one another. Junpei looked around nervously, waiting for someone else to speak. No one did. He looked at 7.
What happened?
What the hell kind of question is that?
Oh no. 7 was trying very hard to be angry, but something had shaken him hard. Shoulders were trembling and his voice was strained.
Snake was...
Oh no.
Snake is...
No. 7 couldn't finish, he just looked away, his face twisted by Junpei wasn't sure what. Instead, Ace spoke. He took a deep breath, closed his eyes and spoke. If he says anything other than Ace is dead, I'm incredibly shocked.
Snake is... dead.
Yeah. I don't know why I said Ace is dead. I hope Ace isn't dead, but Snake is dead. Okay. Are they saying this because they didn't find him, or they did find him?
He died, just as the 9th man did.
Oh. Oh no. Couldn't have said it better myself. It was as if all the air had suddenly been sucked out of the room. Junpei felt his heartbeat quicken and he realized he was having trouble breathing. He could feel cold sweat beading on his forehead and neck. June, Santa, and Lotus looked the way he felt. All 3 were frozen in place, their faces white.
That's not true, is it?
So he tried to get into door 3? Isn't he 2?
We should make sure.
Oh.
Yeah, right. We should.
They nodded to one another and headed for the number 3 door.
Wait, not that way.
What? Why not?
They stopped short and turned to look at 7. He was pointing at the door with no number.
I stuck a screwdriver in there to keep the door from closing all the way.
Nice.
It's not locked, so I'm going that way.
Where is he?
Oh god.
Shower
Oh,
left side of the hall.
that's great. Oh, so you would have seen that if you went to number 3.
I put a broom in there too to keep the door open.
Oh, that's great.
That means we can get in without going through the numbered door, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then let's go.
Their new destination clear, Junpei and his companions headed to the door with no number. Once in the hallway, it was easy to spot the metal door on the left
This
wall.
wasn't open when we passed here before.
But now, just as 7 said, there was a broom stuck in between the door and the frame, keeping it
Well.
open.
Let's keep going.
I looked at her for a moment and stepped inside.
Oh, it smells horrible.
Wonder why. Lotus wrinkled her nose and covered her mouth in disgust. Even Santa pinched his nose shut.
Ugh, yeah, this is pretty awful. I feel like I'm gonna puke.
It was just as bad as they said, perhaps worse. Hideous smell filled the air, so thick they could almost taste it. It was sour, smelled of fish, feces, and burned meat. He worked his way through Junpei's nose and down his throat, to pound against the entrance to his stomach. Yeesh. Put his hand over her mouth and struggled to keep what little was in his stomach where it belonged.
Where is he? Where's Snake?
Oh. L-R? Lotus? They didn't have to wonder where the body was. There was blood everywhere, a few arms of the splatter reaching towards them as they walked through the door. All one had to do was follow the many radial arms to their source. The body itself was hidden behind a divider.
June, you should stay here.
But
Please, just do me a favor, okay? Alright?
He gave her a chance to say no. He put his hand on her shoulder as if to shove her into the ground like a tent pole, turned and walked towards the end of the divider.
I'm going in.
an eternity for him to get there. Santa and Lotus followed, timid and nervous as a pair of children. Eventually they reached the divider. They looked at one another and nodded slowly. Junpei put his hands on the divider and peered around the corner. For a moment he forgot to breathe. He felt his heart collapse in his chest like an empty cigarette carton, and time froze. He knew in that instant that he would take the image before him to the grave. What was left of the body sat in a sea of blood. Chunks of flesh torn from the body sat in the blood like tiny islands in a great red sea. A vast ragged hole had been torn in the torso. What remained of his intestines spilled out like fresh spaghetti. Very interesting choice to describe a dead body like spaghetti, but alas, it works. Smaller chunks of meat had splattered against the wall and became stuck there as they dried. Globules of yellowish fat had left trails like tiny slugs as gravity pulled them down the wall, even as they tried to it.
Just like Ace said.
Santa's voice was strained. Junpei suspected he was holding down some vomit of his
Just
own.
like the ninth man.
True that.
Detonator in his bracelet set off the bomb in his gut.
Looked as though the explosion had been quite powerful.
The bone is coming out of his left arm.
Yeah, the everywhere is coming out of everywhere, dude. I think that's the least of his concern.
It's definitely an open fracture.
It's also an explosion. His legs were both bent in an odd, unnatural way. His left arm had split open, exposing the painfully white bone of his ulna. His bracelet lay next to him. It seemed to have hit the wall hard enough to have shattered the display, which lay on the ground in pieces.
Ace, it's horrible.
Yeah, can't even tell who it is.
Half of its head had simply collapsed. The blood coating almost made it look like a raw pizza dough covered in tomato sauce. First spaghetti, now pizza. Bloody hell. His clothes too were covered in blood. The burgundy tie, the white shirt, the jacket with the yellow piping, and the grey slacks.
But the clothes are...
They were all familiar to Junpei.
No mistake about it. It's Snake.
Lotus's voice was unnaturally deep and strained, and Junpei heard it catch in her throat. The squeal of metal has to be something. 'Cause didn't we hear that? Or it must have... Because when would that have happened? Huh. The squeal of tortured metal made Junpei's teeth curl. It sounded like the noise a ghost would make. No matter how many times he heard it, he never got used to it. Every time it put him on edge. It didn't help that there was a girl nearby who looked far more like a ghost than a living human should. 'Twas Clover. She sat on the edge of the bed, her head drooping listlessly on her chest. Her eyes were blank and set across the room at nothing. Her breathing was slow and mechanical. Aside from the rise and fall of her chest, she didn't move. Junpei felt as though a nudge might cause her to shatter into 1,000 pieces.
Snake was probably murdered. Chances are he was killed the same way the ninth man was.
Murdered. Seven lowered his voice, likely in an effort to keep Clover from hearing what he had to say. There were 4 other people in the room with Junpei and Seven. Ace, Santa, June, and Lotus. Seven looked at each one of them in turn and continued.
It's pretty straightforward. Not that hard to figure out how they did it.
Ooh.
First, the killers got Snake to authenticate on the red to open door 3.
Ooh. Wait, that's interesting.
Then they shoved him into it. Alone. And waited 9 seconds for the door to shut. Once that door shut, it was all over for Snake. But he didn't give up. He probably knew it wouldn't do him any good, but he probably ran into the shower room looking for the dead. It was a small chance, but it wasn't like he had anything to lose.
Yeah, that is true.
Fortunately, it didn't work. The detonator is only deactivated if everybody who authenticated when they went in uses the dead. Snake was the only one who went through the door. And then, 81 seconds after he was shoved in,
Kaboom.
that happened.
But he wrote something, didn't he? Or is that already on the door?
I see.
L
So that's what you
D.
meant by killers, huh?
Killers?
You need at least 3 people to open one of the numbered doors,
Oh.
including Snake.
Oh no.
It wouldn't open for Snake and a single killer.
Yeah,
Oh.
that means we're looking at multiple perps here.
Wait, we can narrow this down. We gotta use our calculator. So, door number 3 and Snake was 2. So, hold on, I'll get my notes side. So, to get 3, then you have to get up to 12. So you need 2 people who add up to 10. Ace and the 9th man. Ace is clear. Or at least 2. So it could be like a Murder on the Orient Express type. Snake, well he was already there. Clover and 7. So currently, if we're going by 3, hold on, I need to, yeah, so Clover, 7, Snake, June, who's 6? Oh wait, oh my god, I'm so, wait, who's 3? Hold on. Santa, sorry, I'm so smart. I do actually keep, so Santa, 7, Snake, Clover, June, and Snake. No one with me. Is that it? Clover, yeah. Unless, well, the next one is like 20, right? Unless, what if we go by 4 somehow? What's the next one? You need 12 or 21. How do you get up to 21? Well, if you have, remember the episode Lotus? Can you get to 21? Oh wait, hold on. 8 plus 7 plus 6 plus 2. Okay, 23. So that opens some opportunities. So that means, hold on. So to get to 21, so you need 3 people who add up to 19. So, well, it just means take away 2 off this. So it could be me. It won't be me, so it's not me. So if you take away 2, that pretty much means it has to be Lotus 7. Lotus 7. June, Snake, or you just bring everyone. If you bring these 2 down, well, you can't do me. Clover. So Clover, Lotus, Snake, 14. So then Clover, Lotus, 7, Snake. And then is that it? Is there anyone where Lotus isn't involved? What if I somehow am involved? No. That's only 12. Is it? 11, 9. That's 20, sorry. 20. So are those the only ones? Lotus? Those 2. Wait, 5, hold on. Snake, Lotus, 7 June. 5. Lotus, 7. Wait, do I mean Clover? Hold on. Snake, Lotus, 7. Oh my god, I do. I'm so smart. Clover? Wait, that can't be right. So if I'm going... So snake. So 3 things to add to 19. 8. That adds to 21, so take away 2. So yeah, 7, 8, 4. 6, 8, 5. Whoops. That's one. Yeah, okay. So what's another one? So, Lotus, June, Junpei, Snake. Or, so 6, 7, 8. Which is June, 7, Lotus, Snake. Or if you take 2 away from that doesn't do anything. And then 2 away from that gives you, yeah, which is, that's, okay, then that's Clover, 7, Lotus, Snake. And then when you combine it with the other ones, you get Santa, 7, Snake, Clover, June, Snake. That can't be right. Clover, June, Snake. Clover. That's 2. Wait, what? Oh, Clover, June. Okay. We have 5 suspects. Well, not 5 suspects. 5 lists of suspects. So currently, the combinations of people to throw him in number 3 could be Clover and June, Santa and 7, Clover 7 Lotus, June 7 Lotus, and Lotus, June, and Junpei. So I'm gonna have a look at these for a hot minute, and in episode 21, is that, yeah, in episode 21, I'll come back to you and I'll give my thoughts. I've been Yappy, you've been Yappy Nation. See you then.